Hello my lovelies and welcome to another plan with me. Today we are in my Erin Condren and we are doing the week of the 14th through to the 20th of January. The kit we will be using today is from the FabPlannerPrint and it's called Winter Fairy Tale. And as you can see, I've already got some date dots and gone through and just pre-put them on already just to save a little bit of time. So just use my white out quickly and just white out the dates. To be honest with you, I probably don't need to do this, but what I used to find in the past was that with the lighter coloured kits, those days can show through a little bit. So I just take them out just to err on the safe side, because the last thing you want is to make a mess, or to make a mess, to see the dates come through your stickers. It's not what you want at all. So I just wipe them out to be on the safe side. And in my Happy Planner I tend to sort of use a bit of white out around sort of the edges as well with the borders. Have to say with this, with the colour choice, I went obviously for the colourful option of the Erin Condren, and I can't say that the little bit of deco, sort of standard deco if you like, make sure that's going to lay straight, which it has. It's really interfered in any of my spreads. Okay, yes, it's green, and obviously there's not really any green as such in this kit, but it's so pale. So the headers aren't, they stand out a mile, but I cover the headers in the box it is. But the actual sort of detailing bit here and around January, so sort of faded version of the actual colour, so it's this kind of colour rather than the darker at the top. Kind of doesn't really make any difference to the layouts, I find, whereas my Happy Planner has various different dots of description right down the bottom of the page, and then always has this very big floral pattern in the corners, which is fine. Sometimes the colour of the dots correspond nicely with the kit, so I don't have to really bother covering it up, but generally I find I'm nearly always covering it up. Now obviously this was a brand new planner this year, start of this year, obviously it is the start of this year still. My Happy Planner, however, was an 18-month planner, which I then extended. So it was due to start in July of last year anyway, and I purchased it in the April and decided I wanted to use it ASAP, so I brought an expansion pack and added 2 months. Right, moving on, we want headers, so that's deco and additional washi. Oh, and I do need this because I don't use headers on the top box. So what did I say? I was going to go for the plainer washi. Okay, I tend to find that this washi is a little bit thicker than the normal headers, if that makes sense. But it's the only additional washi that sort of really does the job. And what I tend to do is alternate. There's like 4 different options on this kit. but these ones kind of make up a scene. So rather than having bits of a scene, I'll use the generically patterned strips instead. Doesn't look odd then. I sometimes think it looks odd otherwise. And I've just alternated it just to break it up a little bit. Which I don't always bother to do. I mean, obviously if I had enough to go all the way across in one colour I would. But then again, with some kits you get all your headers are like the same colour. So like all your to-do headers for the whole week are, say, blue, and then all your today headers would be, say, green, and all your little headers would be, say, red. Some kits will be 2 of each header of each colour. So you'll get this one, for example, is 2 of each colour, with 4 colours picked out of the kit at random. So now we'll come back to that. Obviously I've got additional washi on there, appointment type styly stickers, some deco and the weekend banner. We'll come back to that sheet in a minute. Moving on to full boxes, and this has been an absolute conundrum. How I generally lay this planner out and the sidebar is I obviously have all full boxes across the top, and then I usually have one as my theme sticker, and then I usually have another one down here. However, this kit doesn't come with a 9th box, but it does come with a double length box. And as I don't, this is used for my social media planning and for my PR planning, so I don't use the weekends. I refused. I don't mind popping the odd Instagram picture up maybe, or odd spread pick up on a weekend, but if I can help it, weekend is family time. Especially now I have both boys in school. So fantastic today, you know, my son has started school at long last. It was a long time coming. So I decided that this was going to be my theme pick, because I just absolutely love the little, I want to say weasel, and it is a member of the weasel family, but it's not. Polecat, that's the word, polecat. Now you were going to laugh at me for how I line this up, or attempt to line it up, because, oops, I like to get it to the top of this box, but making sure that it's in the centre, and that we're straight, and that we cover the whole thing, because I've noticed that that little window box at the top is ever so slightly smaller than these ones. But there we go. The bizarreness. Now, what did I decide to do next? That was it. So obviously the top ones technically make up a scene, but I decided to split them up a bit. Don't think that I'm insane on that front. I'm lining these up at the bottom because, like I said, that washi was a little bit wider than an actual header. So we're just going to line up at the bottom in So guys, how did your back to school go? Mine went fantastically. Have to say, fantastically. And to be honest with you, this morning, you know, the morning of dropping him off, 100% proved how ready he was to move on and get into school. Secondly, it really, really made the differences between my two boys really stand out. For example, on the first day of school for my eldest, he just did not want to go into school. He was screaming the place down. He was self-harming himself, and this went on for years. Just didn't want to go into school. Didn't want to be left at school. Hated school. All the rest of it. And this went on for years. He's a lot calmer now, fortunately, but we still have issues aside. My youngest, who is the one that has to have one-to-one learning assistant with him at all times of the day, showed off his uniform, which obviously it's the first time he had to wear it. Showed off his uniform, toddling off with his teacher, didn't even look back, didn't even want to know where I was. So like I said, my decision was to use this one on the weekend because, obviously, just double checking that it's definitely a full. See, it's not 100% full, but that's okay because I do want it to line up the same as the others in the hope that this pans the way I want it to. Ooh, okay, I might have to wipe that header out because it shows up rather a lot. And I didn't like that at all. Showed up as a big stripe across a dress. So that wasn't very nice. There we go, that works, doesn't it? We've got a bit of a gap. It's only the size of a header at the bottom, but we'll come back to that. So like I said, that is going to get used and we will come back to that. But that's part of the sidebar and I haven't obviously built the sidebar yet. Moving on now, I believe this is Motor Days. So this is what I was saying about the headers going 2 of each colour rather than all the headers being the same colour for that particular header. So it basically means your days are completely colour coordinated. Or at least that's how I do it. And I don't do, so obviously this pinky colour, I won't go pink, pink, teal, purple, grey, purple, and then purple. I will go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. But you'll see that as I go along, and you've probably seen that in my other videos as well. How I do things. I don't really change up from week to week. I'm a no white space planner. And yes, I could quite easily change my layout out. Words. I could quite easily change it up every week if I wanted to. But my layouts work for me and that's how I like things. I don't just plan because I like to be organised and know where everything is or what I'm doing. But I like to plan because it's a routine and it's consistency for me. And I've just realised I've done to do instead of today. So bear with me now while I try and retrieve all these headers. See, this is what happens when I'm trying to talk and concentrate at the same time. It doesn't work. No, that's supposed to be today, not to do. To do's go at the bottom. Sorry, just excuse me. Obviously, it's going to annoy you if I've got things stuck to my hand, so I'm just popping them over there onto a different sheet, and we'll try this again. Silly bugger that I am. Let's try again. Fortunately, I tend to find that stickers come up off the Condren really quite easily. There's no fear of ripping, and the stickers I buy, I have to say to the girls that I buy them off of, they are fantastic quality, so they do tend to come up quite nicely when I want them to, and they will stay put as well, just as much. So I don't have any fear of them coming up like halfway through a week or whatever, or halfway through the year. They will stay down permanently. But it's also nice to know that I can lift them without any issues or repercussions, sort of thing. Right, now we've got this going the right way. So yeah, at the moment I'm not really putting a lot of info in this planner. It's only the beginning of the year and I'm still getting my head round doing YouTube, etc. Now, at this point, I'm slightly undecided on what I'm doing down here. I don't know if I'm going to bother to put a to-do list, because I don't really do anything on a Sunday, like I said. But I like to lay it out the same as the other days, just to keep it formal and within a pattern. So based on that, I will come back to Sunday. I'm not forgetting about it, I'll come back to it. Because now what I tend to do is I do half boxes and quarter boxes. And if I check a previous layout, and then I tend to put washi strip here. And that's probably going to cut off her dress as well if I do that. So we will see. Washi choice I have for this is this one. If I unravel a bit and show you. I thought the blue went quite well. The blue and white theme. Alternatively, I could use the skinnier washi that's included in the kit. Which is here, rather than putting it at the top. But I'll see how I feel once I've built these up. Now there's not going to be any semblance of pattern or order to these, so these are just going to go in. So yeah, basically I just use the half boxes and the quarter boxes to fill the void. There kind of isn't any colour coordination to these, they're all kind of pickety patterns. And basically what I put in each of those, so obviously like on a Tuesday I plan in my Condren. So I make a note of every day I do a plan with me. So obviously like Thursday will be my happy planner. Sorry, I couldn't decide what half box I wanted. And then obviously Friday I plan in my mini planner. And then obviously corresponding on those days in my to-dos is obviously going to be, do you know what, I did find a way of slightly colour coordinating this. Weird, the headers. So obviously where I plan on a Thursday in here, then obviously my to-do would be to film for you lovely guys, and then in the same light obviously to upload and to post on Instagram. Social media posts. I use an Instagram symbol to cover both. And then I wanted to use the... See, I've got slightly different sizes. This one's kind of in between a half box and a quarter box, and then you have the quarter box, and I use the quarter boxes. But these I can colour coordinate if I pay attention to what I'm doing. Like so. So that's alright, I'm just checking the width of the washi. No, I think I'll use the washi that came with the kit. So I said I don't see the point of covering that bit up, and I don't mind white borders, white edges. But if I show you the thickness of this now, I'm not just sticking it down, you'll see it's actually a bit too skinny. Okay. Didn't think it was that obvious before. We'll worry about that in a minute. You're fine with me, I tend to be a bit scatty. That's all good. Because obviously if I was going to put the snowflake washi down, then I'm going to want to stick stickers on top of it. Because I don't think it's going to look... Sorry. I could pop... that's going to involve putting near enough the entire header on top. Do you know what? I'm going to quit with the middle and I'm going to build up from the bottom now, I think. Because that's what I want to do. So, I'm going to put my full boxes in because I know where they're going. I haven't got an issue with those. I know precisely where they're going. So... See, this is what I mean. Planning is your own, and it doesn't seem to matter how well you pre-plan or how often you do exactly the same layout. You still end up with issues every time. Now, whether that's you don't have washi that matches the kit, or you haven't worked out the spacings quite right, etc. for where you're putting things, like me and the washi. It happens. Admittedly, I am still getting used to the spacings on the Erin Condren, and oh, it doesn't matter. Subsequently, there is margin for error in how I do this. Obviously, you know, with the Happy Planner boxes are a little bit wider, so a half box and a quarter box plus a washi would fill, with leaving a little bit of a gap, to be perfectly honest, in the Happy Planner. But it's not a gap that's overly noticeable, therefore it's bearable. Whereas obviously the Erin Condren, you're slightly smaller boxes, so you tend to want to work things out ever so slightly differently. And part of me is thinking maybe 2 half boxes, except no kit comes with double half boxes. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe I want to swap my today and my to-dos over, because it's probably easier to fill the bottom void than it is to fill a middle void. But then it would throw the sink of how I use the spread out for me. So I don't quite know. So at this point, obviously, I'm going to retrieve my headers from earlier that I put down in the wrong place and carry on from there. So I tend to always use the same shops, or always tend to pick similar kits in respect to requirements. So like all my kits will meet the same sort of requirement. If a kit doesn't come with some sort of full box checklist, then it's highly unlikely I will purchase it. If it's an absolute phenomenal kit, I've never seen anything like it, and I must have it, then there is every possibility I will buy it and somehow make it work. But to be fair, I tend to purchase from the same shops all the time. See, now I'm picking up a today instead of a to-do. I possibly need that today anyway. So this is what I mean by Sunday. See, I've put the to-do in anyway, because I may do some editing on my channel. I do need to put something there, and I'm thinking a small washi strip, or maybe even a little. And the reason I say maybe even a little is because I can, and you know what, there's a little here with a planner on it. Happens to be the same colour and will fit that gap perfectly. Now I know that little would ordinarily mean plan, but we will see. Now I'm going to quickly, what am I going to do? Am I going to build up my sidebar now, or am I going to leave it a minute? I think I'll leave it a little minute. I'm going to put my bottom washi on, just because I can do that and get that out of the way. Really quick. The other thing I like about bottom washi, it's so simple to do. It's line it up to the bottom of your boxes and squash it down. I think if I was using this as my life planner, like my home planner, then I think I would be less inclined to cover it up, and probably more inclined to use it as the space was originally intended, which is the note space. I don't know. So it might be nice to keep, because it is laid out per day, so it might be nice to keep the little thing going. Now, did I decide that this was phenomenally thin? I think I did, didn't I? But what I'm wondering is if I have some slightly larger, and you'll see here, I have some slightly larger ones, which are going to, picking out the right colour first would be useful. Some slightly larger boxes here. Now I'm wondering if I lay the larger box instead of the small. See, now that's probably going to take up too much of the space. Yeah, right. Okay, we now have a plan of action. Ha! So I do need to go in here and just try and lift that one off. Come off really nice and simple. Welcome to my channel and planning on the spot with me, because I've just sent this into complete and utter disarray and confusion and panic, and modelled it all up for the sake of being a no white space planner. But there we go, that works. Does that work? I think it works. Does that work? I think it does. And then these slightly smaller ones, obviously I'm not going to be able to go butt up. I'm going to have to slightly float them with literally a millimetre either side. And that works, I think, personally. I think that works. I hope that works. You know, I will always strive for no white space in this and in my happy planner. But there's nothing in the rule book to say that you have to plan that way. You don't have to plan that way. You plan however you feel works for you. And I mean that. You don't plan a certain way just because, where did the line go? I really should have marked it with the pencil, shouldn't I? You don't plan in your planner the same as somebody else. I get to some people that no white space planning can be incredibly overwhelming, and I get that. And I think when I first started planning, this would have been incredibly overpowering to me. I will be God's honest truth with you. I think this style of planning would have been an absolute nightmare for me. But I saw somebody else do it once and I was like, I really, really like that. It uses everything up. There's no wastage. I love it. And I used to be hickety-pickety. So yeah, okay, I've probably filled up 90% of my planner. So on here we've got habit trackers, some half boxes left. There is another half box, somebody, here it is, because I didn't use it. Some half boxes left. On the washi sheet we've got that little bit of washi I've cut off, and the half boxes and some appointment type strips. And then obviously we've got flags. I will be coming back to this to use one of these half boxes, probably this one. Don't know why, I just decided that that was going. Oh, now I know why I picked that one, because it's the background of that one. Okay, right, that makes sense, but we'll come back to that. That's all the headers and stuff that I have left. Obviously I am about to use a couple of these in the form of this week. So it's kind of weird. I write this week in the sidebar because these are the videos I'm filming this week, and I write basically the name of the planner. I could use the Monday through to Sunday sticker rather than a full box, to be fair, because obviously each day represents a planner anyway. And I could just write the shop name. And basically what I do is I write the shop name of the planner I'm going to plan for. So for example, on Thursday this week, I have to do a PR post. So I like to time my PR posts with my planning. So as I'm scheduled to PR on the 10th, which is the Thursday, I'm going to obviously plan in my happy planner using a kit from that shop. So in here I make a note of what whatever one I have scheduled for film. Obviously, when I get to the 17th, I'll be filming for the week, the following week, if that makes sense. So basically for Tuesday, I will write in the name of the shop that I will be putting in here. And I'm like that at the moment as to whether the kit I want for this week will turn up in time. But it's got near enough 2 weeks to get here, so hopefully it will. Because that's the week of my birthday. And I know exactly what kit I want to use. And I'm hoping that that Tuesday, so this one, I will be filming. I'm pretty certain I got that as my PR day, but we'll check that in a minute. So now decision, do I use the full box or shall I use the Monday through Sunday sticker? Do you know what? I think I might try it with the Monday through Sunday sticker. Just to change it up a little. Like so. And then I use the other full box to fill a void. Like so, and then I put a header of some description. I want to go with a ugly colour. I think it has to be a header I can write on. If you're wondering why I've gone for like an appointment styly header, I need to be able to write on it. And then I want my half box in here at this point. Like so, and then I usually just fill the void with, I wonder, would that little bit of washi I had earlier fit? I haven't lost it completely. There it is. Or is it going to require another bit? It's going to require another bit, isn't it? I think it's also going to require trimming. Like that, and then we'll just pop this bit in there as well. Again, at this point I'm just gap filling because otherwise it doesn't look right to me, and I do need to trim that just off slightly. If I knew excuse me, where my X-Acto knife was, at this point I would use it, but I don't know, so just use the scissors. And there we go, guys, that is pretty much the week, apart from I've forgotten my weekend banner. Now, I have been putting the weekend banner across here, but really and truly I could put it there, then it wouldn't really matter the planner symbol. Just like that. That works. It just looks like I put a bit of washi in the bottom there. That works fabulously. Right. Now to put my stickers for the week in. So I'm going to start with this one. This is my character sticker for this planner, and this is Coffee Mini from the Mix Match planner. I do PR for the Mix Match planner, if you do purchase any of the kits that I use in my videos, or any kits off of Carly at the Mix Match planner, and you mention my name, you can have my exclusive freebie, which is this one. And there's my little character sticker on there as well. And if you spend over £15, you will get a die cut to go with it. You do need to put Lauren in the notes to seller. And then you can choose whether or not you have this gorgeous die cut, which is I'm a tea kind of girl, or this gorgeous die cut, which is I'm a coffee kind of girl. And if you mention Carly20 in promotions, you'll get 20% off your sales there as well. Just so you know. So there's that one. This is the sticker. These stickers are from Busy Bee Stickers on Etsy. I don't PR for her, although I do love her little character sticker. And I use that at the moment to represent my Erin Condren. Moving on, this little character here is from the Mix Match Planner, and this is Floss Plans, and I tend to use this for my mini, which I do on a Friday. Possibly be changing. I don't know if she's still stocking Floss Plans or not, which is possibly why I haven't got any more of those. This is another floss. This is the character that was drawn by Carly. This is another floss. I think she's really cute. And obviously, as that says, YouTube. And I'll just pop that one just down there. All I do at the end of each week is just write the number of subs. If I do any work on my computer, which I hope to be doing a lot more artwork and stuff on my computer soon. Not because I'm planning on doing my own kits or anything, although I'd love to. Possibly maybe start designing some page inserts, especially for like Happy Planner maybe. I don't know. But I actually make vinyls. And I've made a few. They are on a few cars darted around the south coast of England. But I haven't had really chance to sort of sit down and set that up. So that's basically what I'm going to use laptop floss for. That's the spare sheet stickers. This little mini planning is the one I use to represent when I'm PRing for the Mix Match Planner. So bear with me, I just need to check. So this is the week of the 15th, and yes, I was right, it is Tuesday, which is fab. And that just goes on today, because obviously I will be PRing. That's it. That definitely has to be done today. Moving on, this little character here is the Chibi Girl from FabPlannerPrint in the pale skin colour. Obviously because I'm pale skin. But she does do a dark tone as well, if you're a darker skin tone, or you might just prefer a different colour. And obviously I use this to represent my Happy Planner. She's my character for my Happy Planner. So she just happens to be the character sticker that ended up in my Happy Planner. So moving on, obviously I'm going to film, edit and upload. I think I want to use pinks and blues maybe. So I never use the edit. These ones were, these stickers are printable from I Love to Print on Etsy, and I cut them, uploaded them onto my machine to the size that I wanted, and then cut them. I actually have a Cricut machine. So I think I'll have pink for the Erin Condren. So obviously I film and upload on the same day when the kids are at school, which is another reason for doing it all during the week. And then I'm going to pick, do you know what, I'm going to pick the purpley colour on here, and the bluey colour on here, just because I can. So obviously I'm going to film and upload on Thursday, and then I'm gonna film and upload on the Friday. So that's them dealt with, and then all I've got to do is pop in my little Instagram mini. Don't panic, I have ordered another sheet of these, thank God. Because obviously I will still be doing haul videos just as and when I actually get stickers, and then obviously I will just pop. So say I get for example my Happy Mail arrives on the Saturday, then I will film it and upload it on the Monday. So obviously for the following week I would then put in haul video, so Happy Mail symbol, and then obviously film haul, so on and so forth. So apart from writing in a few details, that is pretty much it. Based on, I haven't actually decided what colour I was going to write in this week. I didn't actually bring a pen across. Although now thinking about it, I'll probably be picking blue, but as they're over there on another desk, I'm not gonna bother with writing in. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Sorry if it was a bit lengthy because I decided to change things up as we went along, but that is the life of planning, I suppose. Nothing necessarily goes as you originally foresee it going. Like I said, there will be some sort of regular patterns now to my filming and my uploading, that it will be done during the day. So, and hopefully with it being daytime, although it's winter at the moment so it's a bit grey and dismal, the lighting will generally be better. I will be obviously sorting out some proper lighting, but like I said, I need to get a Pacific extension cable, which I just haven't had 5 minutes to do. So I hope you guys are all having a fabulous back to school week so far, and that you've not rushing around too much trying to catch up on everything you couldn't do while the kiddie winks were home. And I will catch you on my next video. Bye!